Hi, I'm Bridget Price,
And I'm Lauren Kemp.
and this is Entrepreneurs in Progress. Thanks for joining us again today for another short. We thought we'd like to switch things up a bit and actually go into a little bit more detail about how our companies got their respective names and the methodology or thought process behind coming up with our names. So let's get started. Lauren, for me, I love coming up with names for businesses. It's like a game for myself. Like I'm always trying to think of something creative, or I'm always trying to create like some type of, I don't know, pun or play off of my name. So I still haven't figured out anything for Price, which is crazy because I feel like there could be so many things I could use that name for, but I just love the naming convention and figuring out what we're going to do or what we're going to call something. And with that said, I think sometimes I might spend a little too much time with coming up with names, but I have gotten better and I'm pretty quick with it. But with that said, the crazy thing about our company is that we did not come up with our name. I didn't come up with the name. Marcus did. But I'd like to hear a little bit more about how you and Brian came up with the name Rotiv and what it means.
Sure. So Brian's the one who actually came up with the name Rotiv, and it's a smash up of two words essentially. So you have robot and creative. So robot meaning like the automation side of marketing and CRM and those kind of tools, and then creative because he's a creative person, and there's also the creative element when it comes to marketing. You have to marry the two essentially. So you just smash robot and creative and you have Rotiv.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah. It's a little odd too, and it's funny trying to tell people like, yeah, like we're Rotiv, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
How do you spell that? But
yeah,
that is the origin story of Rotiv. And I do want to have the little robot dog eventually be our mascot, and he'll be Rover. So
yeah, maybe you can get some inspiration from Elon and all the shit that he's coming up with, these human voids and human bots. Have you seen that recently?
No, I
apparently
haven't.
Like he's creating, he displayed this new human void, human bot robot thing. It's very iRobot right now. So
okay.
A little concerning, but yes, anyways, that would be really cool if you had a little mascot.
But yeah, how about you guys? Where does Made Easy come from?
Marcus came up with the name. I'm not sure how he eventually got it down to Made Easy, but the original cleaning company, or the name of the cleaning company that he started in summer of 2016, was called Made Swain. And when I first heard it, I hated the name because I'm like, what the hell does a lane got to do with cleaning or a maid? I just didn't like it at all. And he was so excited for the name. Like he had decals and all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, was not a fan of the name, but whatever, do you, boo. But I think he came up with it so quickly because part of the blueprint that he was following, like getting to launch within 27 days, was not harping on a name, not trying or taking so long to come up with a name. It was really just get something that you can get a URL for, people can remember, easy to spell, that type of thing. So I think that was his motivation for the first name. But I think after coming back and revisiting the cleaning company a year later, that name really did not work. So he came up with Made Easy. And I'm pretty sure he just was putting words together and it just made sense. And Made obviously is spelled MAID. And it's crazy because even though we're a cleaning company, you got to be careful with those types of words that sound like they're, what's it called? Homonym? Is that what it's called?
I think so. Sounds like another word.
Yeah. We don't want people to spell it MADE and that type of thing. And then with us too, our URL is interesting because there's other Made Easies out there. We've had to put AZ at the end of our URL for Arizona. And that can be tricky sometimes. But that's how he came up with the name. And I loved the second name. It was so simple, so easy, so clean. It made sense. I
liked it a lot too. I was just thinking how the challenges with spelling as well. So with Rotiv, we've had people spell it without the E at the end, like proactive.
Right.
Rotiv.
Yeah, that's the thing with coming up with the name. You have to consider all of that, right? Like, will people be able to Google it and be able to find it right away?
That was a consideration that we had for Entrepreneurs in Progress. We're like, entrepreneur is
one
of those words that can easily get misspelled. a longer name, but I think we've talked about this before on a previous episode or short, that it just made the most sense for how we felt about the show and our audience and who we are.
Yeah, originally, guys, we were called Entrepreneurs en Route, but we liked the play and all of that, the EN, but ultimately it just didn't fit, I guess, or feel right, like Entrepreneurs in Progress. I think it was just literally we're a work in progress, and it made the most sense. And like you said, Lauren, we are entrepreneurs, so we couldn't think of another word that really encapsulated who we are and what we're doing other than being an actual entrepreneur.
And what the show is about too. So many considerations when it comes into naming a business or entity.
Yeah, I've learned that even with some of the businesses that we either frequent or patronize, that ultimately, if the service is good or the product is what you need it to be, the name just falls in line. I'm trying to think of weird names that we've, I don't know, just gotten used to.
Google.
Can you? That's a good one.
You have like made up words like Google and Rotive, and then you have very literal ones like Entrepreneurs in Progress, Made Easy, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, that's very true. Apple, just an apple. Yeah. Yeah. I think I love coming up with the name because it allows you to get your creative juices flowing. It allows you to make your mark on like how or what you want your company to be known for, or known by, or known as. And it's nice to hear other people reference your business too. So I came up with that. How did you come up with Cozy Cactus?
Oh, I knew I wanted to have something that had to do with cactus or succulent. It's just like a mashup of like things that I feel like represented me at the time. I love cozy things, I like cozy sweaters. I'm from Arizona. It was more so like the alliteration worked out very well with Cozy Cactus. And then that name already existed here in Arizona, which is not a big surprise. So that's why we added goods at the end of that name. So it was Cozy Cactus Goods. And I liked using the word goods because we were eventually wanted to become like a lifestyle brand that carried a bunch of different products that make you feel good, that the company like gives back and does good into the world. And it doesn't help to like subliminally be like, hey, we're good. Our products are good. Right. Goods. So right. That's how that name ended up coming to be. And I think that was Brian again, who came up with the alliteration.
Oh,
so
nice.
He's good at the naming.
Yeah, literally. That's a great point with you adding goods at the end of Cozy Cactus, because there's been so many businesses, like it's likely more than not that whatever name you come up with, someone has had that name or done something with it, or it already exists. So when you can add something like goods or services or something that can separate your offering from the actual name, that definitely helps a lot. And I think I should encourage you too. I think some people get so disappointed when someone has a different name. And again, so many people had, or a couple of other places had Made Easy, and we just added the AZ at the end. It just made the most sense. Yeah. Thanks for joining us for this quick short and our origin on our business names. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, all the things. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and connect with Lauren and myself on LinkedIn. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, till next time.
Thanks, Bridget.
Thanks, Lauren.